Good morning, everybody. One of the topics that came up on the carnivore group was a type of rice derivative, basically. And somebody said that because we wouldn't post the type of ice cream that they wanted to post, that they didn't understand why we didn't feel like it was appropriate for the group. Well, first of all, the group has rules, and one of the things that we like to talk about is our group is not, and if it fits, it works. That's not how this operates in our group anyway. Other groups, they talk about cakes and ice creams and shipping muffins and stuff back and forth to each other and trying each other's recipes out. If that's how you want to live your journey, that's your choice. That's simply your choice. Is it the healthiest means possible? Absolutely. It's not. Sorry, I had ended up getting a hamburger stuck in my throat yesterday. My throat's a little raw from me coughing. Anyhow, it's not. But it's still your journey. I can't tell you how to do that. But what I can tell you is I can be honest with you about it. If I get the opportunity to speak about it, I'm going to. That's my right, just like it's your right to do what you want to do. Second of all, the things that are in certain ice creams and stuff like that, pea proteins and rice derivatives and things of that nature, I don't care if they affect insulin or not. It's something that's not specifically on a list for a ketogenic protocol that has been studied or used in any form or fashion. If you want to use that, use it. It's your choice. If your goal is just weight loss and not overall health, then do what you got to do. But if you're looking at it from an overall health standpoint, stuff with derivatives and tons of ingredients and stuff like that, adding stacks on top of stacks on top of stacks is not the best option. That has never been the best option, and it will not be the best option. But people can so choose to live how they please. Is it still keto? You can be in a ketotic state. I don't think it's considered a ketogenic meal plan. I don't think it would be considered, if you look back to the traditional way from 1921 or even further, staying away from products with sugars and tons of derivatives and stuff in it and limiting your ingredient list. I don't think it would fit in any of that. Now, if we fast forward to early 2000, mid 2000, to the way things started to change, sure, you can call it a ketogenic protocol, because things started getting dirty. Things started being allowed that weren't allowed before. People started calling themselves living a healthy lifestyle, but they were still consuming tons of ingredients in products that weren't necessarily healthy by themselves. In the grand scheme of things, you have to do what works for you. Now, if your whole goal is to limit insulin production, well, there's a lot of things that people don't understand about insulin production. It could be the particular ingredients that's in the product that causes insulin production. It could be just the taste of it that causes insulin production in excessive amounts. If it tastes sweet, you're going to get more insulin produced almost immediately. If your body's already interpreting something sweet, more insulin produced almost immediately. Now, if your factor is limiting insulin and you're trying to engage yourself from a holistic, more organic or limited standpoint, tons of ingredients in the products is not an option. One of the first things I look at whenever I look at a product is, can I limit it to, say, 4 to 6 ingredients, or 6 or less? That's going to be a product that I'm going to entertain. I try to do like 4 or less. The least amount of ingredient in a product, the more I can pinpoint what's going on with my health. If I simply used a loose protocol like other people do and said, oh, I'm going to have Wink ice cream, or I'm going to have Hellman's Mayo with soybean oil and canola oil, or yeah, sure, I'm going to go have that ketchup. It's got 4 grams of sugar. It fits my protocol. Well, I mean, it would take me a lot longer to achieve the goals that I want to achieve. My goals are overall healing. My goals are my brain, my daily function. Weight loss is last. All the things that were wrong with me were the gear for my goal. If you simply are just chasing weight and chasing ketones, then by all means, do what you got to do. It's your journey. You live it the way you have to live it. Try to do it the healthy way. And if you think canola oils and soybean oils and pea proteins and rice fiber privatives are your go-to, then do that. If you want maltodextrin and dextrose and erythritol, which is derived from corn, which is 88%, if not greater, genetically modified across the entire world. So, you can consume these products because they fit. But if you keep consuming these products because they fit, you end up building a database in your body. Your body remembers what you're having. Your body builds up a tolerance to what you're having, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy. What are the long-term effects of doing that same thing over and over again? They're not good, probably. To continue to consume soy oils and canola oils and ingredients that aren't typically a healthy ingredient, then you will build up some kind of reaction to it eventually. I had somebody ask me last night, well, what about erythritol? Can I have erythritol? Sure you can. It's not going to spike your insulin. It's not going to tax your blood sugar. But let's do the research behind it and see where it comes from. It comes from corn. Corn is genetically modified. Almost all the corn that we get is a GMO product. You cannot get corn anymore because the demand is so high for animals and humans. And corn is basically used to fatten up animals before they're sent to slaughter, so people can make more money. But now you're talking, oh, but it's just erythritol. It doesn't spike my blood sugar, my insulin. Yeah, but it comes from a GMO product. It comes from a sugary product that's not part of a ketogenic diet. And just because somebody says that it's good for you or it doesn't spike your insulin or blood sugar doesn't mean that you should be having it. I mean, in my personal opinion, if we're all on this journey, most of us have went from diet to diet to diet. We have struggled our whole lives. We've affected our family in some kind of way at some point. We've been back and forth to the doctor. We've probably spent way more money than we should have. We've destroyed our life at some point in a way that we shouldn't have done that. But now we want to turn around and make excuses for the Fox products just because it mimics things that we used to have in our life and we think that we should have it, and we make every excuse in the world why we should continue to have it. How does that make any sense at all? How does people that don't learn control, or they haven't even been doing keto that long, make those decisions and know 100% that they're going to survive doing that and not fall back to the old way of doing things? Why not get the products that mimic the things that you used to do in your life out of your life and learn to detox from them slowly if you have to, or cold turkey if you have to, and then get to a point where you're at your maintaining weight, you can monitor more in a more controlled state of what's going on, and then you can start adding certain things back in instead of doing it while you're still unhealthy and you're still trying to achieve a goal. I've never seen anybody try to achieve a goal but continue to try to set themselves back at the same time just because it fits. So that would be like me wanting to achieve a goal of bench pressing 400 pounds but not training to achieve that goal. Only going into the gym sometimes and doing some semi-taxing workouts to actually build my muscles up. Just basically playing around with it and getting to the point where I'm working out, but I'm not going through the motions like I should to actually build up my strength to be able to lift a certain amount or achieve a certain goal. When I look at things in life, I look at things from am I going to do this or not? Am I going to try to achieve this and give it my all and move forward? If I'm not going to do that, if I can honestly say that I'm going to half-ass it when I do it, then I don't need to be doing it. Because if I'm not giving it my all, then I'm going to fail. I'm going to find reasons why I should have that extra ketchup or that extra mayonnaise, or I should have that extra sugar-free Jello that's filled with maltodextrin, or that I should go buy that ice cream because that ice cream just fits my protocol, because that's how much I think of myself, because I just fit in everything. That's why I'm going to do it. That's like That's like, a woman and a man being in a relationship, and the guy being a semi-abuser, and then the woman looking at her friend, and her friend's asking, well, why are you in that relationship? I don't know. It fits. I'm lonely. It fits. Really. So go ahead and continue to abuse yourself in the process while it fits. That makes a lot of sense. Anyhow, I know people are weak. I know people can't just go cold turkey and do things, but the goal should be achieving your best health, using your best interest, using your best means. And if you're taking money and you're wasting it on Fox products instead of good quality nourishment, then it kind of looks just as bad as eating the regular thing, because now instead of making the product at home yourself and enjoying it from a homemade standpoint, which I totally agree with, now you're buying a processed, refined product from somebody else that has been made in a factory, in a lab, in a warehouse somewhere, and then you're trying to fit it into your lifestyle, and then you're claiming that you're doing the best that you can for yourself. No, I mean, if that's the point, don't even have the conversation with people and just say, I want to have this. I don't care if it's good for me or not. I'm going to have this. At this point in time in my life, my health is not my number one priority, because I could have went and took that $6 for that little pint of ice cream and got, a dozen of eggs. Do some good quality, pasture-raised, cage-free eggs that has a very well-balanced macronutrient ratio that's going to yield better health for me than a pint of ice cream. I can't tell you the last time that I've had ice cream. It just doesn't interest me that much anymore. The more I do this, the more I don't understand why people make every excuse in the book to not achieve. I mean, after everything that you've been through, after all the doctor's visits, after all the medications you've taken, after everything, you mean to tell me a pint of ice cream is going to tempt you enough to possibly end up leading back into the old way of doing things? You mean to tell me not paying attention to the Fox products and stuff that you use, and being honest with yourself and saying that this is completely legit, like I should be doing this, I should be wasting my money on these products, I should be consuming all these processed keto treats and stuff like that, but yet I know they don't do anything for my health. It's just pacifying a certain urge or yearning that I have for this right now, but I'm doing the best for myself. I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like people make tons of excuses every single day why they should keep doing the same things over and over again, because people simply don't like change. People want to get healthier, but they don't want to do the work to get healthier. People want to achieve things in life, but they don't want to do the work to achieve things in life. It's just a roller coaster effect of snowballing that leads from one thing to another, to another, to another. If health is your goal, you'll cut those products out. If just weight loss is your goal, and then you think health will follow along with it, in a lot of cases it will, then keep eating those products. But I'm here to tell you today, the better you do for yourself right now, just like Dr. Berry says, the better you do for yourself right now, the less you're going to wear it, the better your health is going to be in the long run. You make that choice. The ball's in your court. Do the best that you can. Okay, guys, my little soapbox is done, my rant is over, and it's up to you. Take care. God bless.